Perfect. And see, if she were to go unconscious too, you can kind of slide her back down your leg. Did everybody get a chance to do that? Feel comfortable with it?
We didn't switch yet, did we?
Nope. So we'll go ahead and switch up now. Keep coughing, keep coughing. Okay, now they stopped coughing and they're turning blue.
Oh, hey. 911.
Yeah.
Okay, we got 911.
Yeah. You want to do that?
Good, good, good.
Still coughing? Yeah. Still coughing.
You feel like you got a decent hold of them like that?
Are you still coughing?
Perfect. Yeah, because you got that one arm underneath the armpit and the other one's grabbing that shoulder, so it gives you a pretty good hold on them.
And then I'm still, right?
Yep, you're still choking, so she's going to... They've determined that it's a lot better to get an object out if you do 2 different methods. So that's why we do 5 and then 5.
Wait, so what do you do if, let's say I'm small and somebody's super heavy?
If you got a large, large person, what you're going to do, will you pretend to be a fat guy for me?
Yeah, pretty heavy.
Okay, big boy, sit down. He's too big to get your arms around him. So you set him in a chair. Notice I set the chair up against the wall. You don't want to leave him in the middle of the room. Because what you're going to do is you're going to come up in front of him, make your fist, and you can just push in and up like that. Then you can stand up, come over to the side. You can still give those back blows while he's seated. You can sit him up and you can go that way. They teach the one I just showed you directly in front. Another one they show is where you could be off to the side in doing this, but it's really mechanically difficult to do that. Again, it's a vomit thing. They teach a lot of ways to prevent you from getting vomited on. I'm a big advocate of showers. If I can save a life, I can wash vomit out of my hair. I would rather be in front because I can get a better thrust, more chance to get the object up. But you could go off to the side if you needed to. So you're going to do that with your larger person. You're going to do that with somebody in a wheelchair. You don't need to pull a guy in a wheelchair up out of the wheelchair to do any of this. You just keep him seated. He goes unconscious like this. He just slides right out of the chair onto the floor. Just protect his head as he slides down. So you are good there.
No chair.
If there's no chair, you could probably set him on the floor. And you just have to get a little bit lower. The main thing you're wanting to do is basically be eye level. So even if you have a really, really tall person and a really short person, tall person can sit down. Or if it's the other way around, it's short person choking and you got your tall person, he can get down on a knee and be able to do the skills while he's down on a knee. That's what you would do for a child. Now, if you have a pregnant person, you're not going to push on the belly. It's all full of water, so you're not going to get a good thrust, but you're also squishing the fetus, and that doesn't like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to reach around and you're going to go right into the center of the chest. And you're just going to do these chest compressions, 5 of them like that, then 5 back blows. So for the lady who's pregnant, you're just going right into the center of the chest.
And that's just going to be more difficult to get the object out, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's probably not the best way to go with it, but with the pregnant lady, that's the only way that you can do it. And I would almost say, because they can get a little particular, when in doubt, pretend they're pregnant. Don't ask. And just go for that chest. Because they may get a little irritated with you if...
Oh, you're not?
Yeah. Yeah, that,
No longer save my life.
that's right. I withdraw my consent.
My bad, right?
Mm-hmm. Now, if you are choking yourself and there's nobody else around, any ideas how to get that object out? Chair. Chair would work. What's the first thing you want to do before you go for the chair and try and get the object out?
Call 911?
Yep. Are you going to be able to tell them what's going on?
Probably not.
Nope. But they get a 911 call and a whole bunch of silence are going to come and check it out. If you don't call 911 and you don't get the object out, you're going to be dead. Who knows how long before somebody finds you.
I think they were trying to figure out 911 texting them too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know with the phones, the cell phones, they do still have a little bit of a problem tracing them to where they're at. But I think they're getting a little better with that. But like with my cell phone, it's just a crappy one, but I don't know if I called 911 from here if they would know where I was at. You know, it's a 765 number, and I'm not really sure. I don't know how all of that works, but they're getting better with being able to locate it. But landlines, if you're choking and you can find a phone plugged into the wall, which is very unusual anymore, but yeah. If you can, use those. Those are helpful. There was a comic I saw that was a cell phone talking to a phone plugged into the wall, and it says, "You used to have a tail?" It's like evolution going on. It's kind of. Now, what I need us to do now is if you can head to the back and grab yourself a mannequin, should be enough for everybody, and then come up here.
Dummy.
And we're going to kind of form a semicircle.
Can I call mine Rufus?
Yeah, you can name them whatever you want. If you make it more personal, you're more likely to save them. Just make sure everybody has enough room. You're going to want to kneel next to your victim and be able to push down on the chest without getting in everybody else's way and still be able to see.
He's obviously choking on.
I'm going to have you turn just a little bit. So everybody got enough room here? You have plastic sticking out of all your mannequins. If you just peel that apart like a sandwich bag, top half will go over the nose, bottom half goes over the chin. That's a bag that will go into the lungs, so when you breathe into that bag, the lungs will inflate. First thing that I want you to do is we're just going to kind of practice a rescue breath so you know how to do it. You want to turn your mannequins to the side because right now you would be straddling the victim. It's not always a bad thing. You can get some decent compressions that way, but typically it's going to be better to be off to the side. Hey, coffee's here. You guys want to grab your coffee real quick?
I have another round coming.
Just take the depth of compression, 2 inches. So with this particular mannequin, you're going to come up over it. They've got nipples in the right place. So you're going to go.
We have another issue.
Yeah, what's up?
They're using that room over there, and they need us to bring all of our stuff.
Serious?
Okay.
I'm sorry. They told me that it was fine, but I guess.
I partially overheard you saying something about introducing somebody to your family. Did you hear Bob and Tom today?
No.
There was this guy and girl, and she was going to have a baby in a month, and they were engaged, so they decided to introduce their parents, and they were brother and sister. They had been given up for adoption. One of them had, and the other one hadn't. And yeah, and they introduce mom and dad. Mom and dad are like,
Awkward.
yeah,
Probably a good time to tell you guys.
yeah,
He's gonna be a little special.
yeah.
Let me approach this topic by asking, have you guys seen Star Wars?
Oh my gosh.
They needed a Han Solo in there, didn't they? I'm not sure. You can't. You keep the kid, but I'm sure they. You know, at that point,
No.
That's what I even told them.
yeah, just pretend like it didn't happen.
There was something like that in
Pretty sure that was.
But it was in another country, so I don't know how that works. But
It was a Chris Klein movie, and it took place in Shelbyville. Yeah. I can't remember the name of it.
Sounds like a school story.
yeah,
They were given up for adoption.
that's crazy. Know your relatives.